Hello and welcome to my channel. We will continue with the Dasavataram series and today create a beautiful Mithila painting or Madhubani painting of Buddha. To check the same video in Hindi or to watch the same tutorial in Hindi, do check the link in the description box below and don't forget to subscribe before we begin. So I'm going to make this painting on A4 size thick paper around 300 GSM, and today we are going to use basically any black and red pen to create, because we are going to create a traditional Kachni painting of Buddha. So we will learn ahead more what is exactly Kachni and what is this style. So we begin with the border, and what I have done is created is around 1.5 centimeter of border, double lined frame on all four sides, and then I'm going to continue with the border design, which is very simple, placing basically cross and connecting them and resulting in this kind of structure, which is a rhombus looking like structure on the border. Now, as I was talking about, we are doing Kachni style. So Kachni is basically a style of Mithila art in which you fill the patterns just with different types of patterns. Basically, whenever you create a motif, you fill inside not colors, but instead of colors, just patterns. So that is the basic style, which we will see further how to go ahead. Now I'm taking just a little bit thinner pen because I did the sketch with a thicker pen, and now going to fill all these rhombuses and the rest of the part also with this fine lines. So you have to continue. Now this side, when you are doing, just when you're changing the side, you have to change the direction of the lines. That's the only difference that you have to make. And then while you are doing those tiny triangles, you have to change the color of the pen and make it with red. So as I said, we are just going to use black and red pen for the entire painting today. It is all about nice and beautiful patterns, and in the end we have a traditional Kachni painting in our hands. So this is what we are going to do. Repeat it throughout all four sides, and then after finishing your border, just divide the paper with using a pencil and scale in the center. Just this is a reference line, because we are going to take the help of this reference line and sketch the design or the face of Buddha. So just leaving 3 fingers from top, just leaving a little bit space from top, and then just trying to create Buddha. So this line exactly will help me to stay in the center, to stay, to keep the face of the Buddha or the hair or the whatever part we are drawing, to keep it in center exactly. So this is just basically helping me to align my painting, to align the center theme, that is Buddha. So I'm going to draw, along with the hair and the head that I did, I'm going to use this line for the reference to make the eye, to make the nose. And the eye is half closed because Buddha is meditating, the lips. And then going to create the long ears. And this is a front view of Buddha that I'm making, not the side usually what we do. So we are going to do it like this. Now I'm going to use the same reference line and just help me do the rest part of the body, which is the hands and the folded legs. The Buddha is basically in the meditating posture. So that is what we are going to do. So it's super simple, super easy, and not much is required. Just immense amount of patience is required to do this type of art, because we are going to fill it entirely with so many lines and patterns. It takes a lot of time, but it is super fun. Trust me on that. Now we are going to do some basic lines just to draw the structure. So first we have to finish the outline, the structure of Buddha, the body part, and then we are just going to merge the curves and then try to show that the Buddha is in a sitting position. Now, if you remember, we also made one more painting of Buddha on my channel, and that was really colorful. So it was basically mostly, I would say, Bharni style, but also we used some Kachni patterns, but it was a kind of a combination of the two, but it was mostly colorful. But today we are going to do in monotones. We are going to make it really subtle, yet it is really gorgeous. Like, Kachni is one of my favorite. Like, this is the best style I know about Madhubani painting, which I really love. I love this style. it is so much work, and you have no scope of making a mistake because it's all patterns. You have to really make it delicately, intricately. Otherwise, if you make a little bit of if you leave a little bit of space, it doesn't look nice. So it has to have that harmony. So it is actually, if you look at it, it looks very simple, but trust me, it is not that simple. So you need a lot of patience and lot of effort to make this style of painting. Now what I'm doing here is that I'm just going to show that Buddha is meditating under a tree. So that's what I'm going to make. So here you see the leaves are merging with his hair too, but do not worry, that's also an element of Mithila painting because you sketch everything freehand. So such intersections are really an element of it. So do not worry if they merge with each other. So I'm just showing that he is meditating under the banyan tree. So these are the extensions. Basically they are the roots, but they grow till the bottom from the top, looks like branches. So this is what we are trying to make here. So that's what I'm doing, but it's basically we are also going to fill the entire background or the sides, both sides of Buddha that you can see with these leaves. So that's what we are going to do. Very intricately try to draw the leaves, try to make it a little bit closer to one another and fill it just like this, all around with the leaves. Now what I'm going to do is just darkening a little bit the lines. Now to make it much prettier, or I would say that to make it a little bit neat and clean, these lines, so you have to make it darker. Here we are using less double lines. Basically double lines are an important element of Madhubani painting, but you will see the usage of double lines really rare in Kachni style. It is mostly used in the Bharni style because double lines are used basically to separate one color from another. And here since we are using more intricate patterns, it is mostly highlighted with a dark bold outline. So we are going to just make it a little bit bolder and darker. If you have already a nice dark pen or a very thick pen, that will really help to draw. But here I'm just going to repeat it and make it a little bit darker. It also helps me improve the neatness of the line because whenever I'm drawing, the lines are not perfect and neat. So when you really have the scope of improving it with this trick by making it a little bit thicker. Now comes the part where we completely fill it with red lines and black lines. So these are the fine lines. We are going to fill it intricately throughout all the leaves. Not a single space is left behind. As you see in the background, we are just going to fill it up with all these patterns, these fine lines. So these fine lines are also another very important element of Madhubani painting, and especially this Kachni style, which is a very unique style of Mithila art where mostly patterns are filled inside the motifs that you create. So we're going to repeat it throughout in the leaves. I'm just going to show you here with the intersection what we are going to do, where it is intersecting with the hair. So I'm going to make these leaves dominant here, and I'm going to first fill in these patterns here. So as you see, I have done every alternate, red and black. So that makes it interesting. And now you see the leaves are more dominant in front of the hair because you filled it with the pattern. And in the hair now, I start filling in it with spirals. So that's how we go ahead. So it becomes a little bit less dominant than the leaves. So this is basically, making the hair here as the background to those leaves. Not like too much of a background, but it's kind of merging with one another. That shows that the leaves are falling on his hair. So it gives a nice story, nice feel. It is a perfect composition if you really have to understand in that terms. So here we go. See, as we are going filling it with more and more patterns, it looks more and more prettier. So here we go. We are just going to fill in patterns as well. Here we go ahead, just trying to fill in with red, black, red, black. You have to a little bit combine it. have to see, and it's done randomly. I have not followed any pattern particularly. It's all random, so you can decide on your own. And do let me know in the comment section below that how did you like this tutorial. Do like this video so that it reaches more and more people, and please don't forget to subscribe. For you it's absolutely free, but for me it's a big motivation so that I can make more and more videos for you guys. So we will try to finish this year the Dasavataram series. We have 2 more paintings to go, so I'll try to post it next week, 2 more paintings, so that finish it this year, so that in the coming year we can make many more beautiful paintings, many more artworks. And I have decided to create less videos in the next year, but I will be making much larger paintings, big paintings for your nice homes. You can decorate your homes. So this is going to take a little bit more time, so I won't be posting probably every week. We will see how it goes ahead. I've just planned that, many of you have requested that you want to make huge paintings, bigger paintings. So we are going to do probably few videos for one painting. We'll see how it goes ahead. We'll see that next year. First, my target for this year is that I'm going to post 2 more videos next week and try to finish this Dasavataram series this year, because many of you have been waiting. I'm so sorry for that it took me so long, but I'll try to finish it as soon as possible. So 2 more videos to go. So do motivate me with your lovely comments so that I can keep making such tutorials for you guys. So here we go. We are just going to fill in some fine lines here as well in the bottom wear. So you saw here what we did. We just used thick lines to create parallelly, some pattern. Simple parallel lines for the pattern, and inside only black fine lines. So that's the basic thing we are doing here. Not much. Just doing it till here. Now I'm going to show you how I am changing the direction of those lines to show the fold, that the leg is folded, here. So to show that, you have to just change the direction of the line and it looks perfect. So we'll do the same on this side. Just we'll create a V, both the lines from both directions merging in a V, so that it also looks that these are 2 different legs of Buddha folded together. So that's what we are going to show here. And then in the hands as well, we'll try to create similar design. So I'm just trying to create the same design. Here we go, same lines. Again, here also I'll show you how the direction is going to change later. So, but here, let me finish this part. And then we are going to fill the same fine lines here. So you have to change a little bit in between the pens. So it's basically, I would say 3 pens, 1 very thick pen for the outline and 2 thin pens like black and red basically to fill in the patterns. So let me finish this part also. So basically, you see here I have divided the double lines wherever. I'm going to use the double lines to highlight the patterns. That's it. And everywhere, every motif or every part of the body has a different pattern. So that is a magic. That is basically the technique which we use to make a pure Kachni painting. And this looks absolutely gorgeous. Some of you like the Bharni painting more. I know many people like those colorful paintings. But to be honest, my favorite is really Kachni. It is more challenging for me, and I really, because you have limited colors and you have limited designs to do. You have just patterns to fill in. So it is much more challenging for me. I really like to play with these patterns. I really love the intricacy part of Madhubani or Mithila painting. So that's why I love this art form, this technique, this style. So we go ahead with this checkered pattern here with red dots in between, and we are almost done. Look at this with the hands and legs. And I'm going to, as I said, in the hands also we are changing the direction to show that fold, which I'll be showing you very soon. Just here in the bottom part, we are showing that he's sitting on a asan kind of thing. He's sitting on a spread. So we are going to just put some design here as well, and basically these are nothing else but checks. So we are left with only a few patterns now, mostly done with the painting. Just a few more patterns to fill in and the painting is almost done. So now here in the hands, I'm just changing the direction. It's better to go from the up part so that I exactly know how to put it. Because I have to go exactly, looking at the other hand, how I did it there. So I have to also replicate it in this side, on this side, but just changing the direction. So that's very important. So you have to keep looking how you're doing that. And then again, the fine lines, of course. Now I'm going to use here in this part of the body where it is showing basically that he's covering his chest. And also, it's flowing down. This is kind of a scarf that he has, an attachment kind of thing, which I'm going to fill it completely with these black spirals. And then after filling it completely with these black spirals, so first let me do that. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the red pen. So I need then the red pen, of course, and I'm going to fill it with dotted lines like you see on that side. It is the same, it's the part of the same scarf or stole that he has. It is hanging below, or it is going from his shoulders to falling down, draping down. So that's the thing. So this is just the pattern, and here I'm going to fill it with checkered pattern inside with red, completely red, making it like this. So this is basically the last pattern that I'm using here. Almost done with it. And once you are done with your patterns, this is going to look like this. Your painting is going to look as magical as this one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. We are going to finish the Dasavataram series, so more videos coming up next week.